Welcome back, everyone, to the Seniors Wellness Podcast, the show where we uncover the timeless secrets of living longer, healthier, and happier. Today's episode is truly special because we're diving into the simple eating habits that have kept Japan's oldest doctors active well into their 90s and even 100s. With us is someone who has devoted his entire life to studying how lifestyle and mindset shape longevity. The legendary Dr. Shagyeki Hinahhara, who at 105 is still sharing wisdom with the world. Doctor, it's an honor to have you.
Thank you, John. It's always a joy to speak about life, not just medicine. You know, people often assume living past 100 requires genetics or luck. But the truth is, most of it is habit. When I was a young doctor, I believed in medicine's power to cure. Now I believe even more in daily choices, how we eat, how we move, how we think. My colleagues and I observed that the oldest among us didn't chase fancy diets or expensive supplements. They simply ate in rhythm with their bodies. Their meals were modest, warm, and colorful. They respected the body like a trusted friend. Feed it gently, let it rest, never overload it.
Doctor, I've read that you recommend eating warm food rather than cold. Why does temperature matter so much?
Because digestion is not just chemistry. It's temperature-sensitive energy. Imagine your stomach as a small cooking pot. When you pour in ice-cold food or drinks, the body must burn extra fuel just to warm it up. That energy could have gone into repairing cells or cleaning toxins. In Japan, we've long taught that the stomach has a fire. If you keep that fire burning steadily with warm tea or soup, everything flows better. Circulation, mood, even immunity. Every morning, I start my day with a cup of comfortably warm water, sometimes with a few drops of lemon. It wakes my system gently. During meals, I avoid ice water. Instead, I sip green tea or miso soup. These small decisions accumulate over decades. Warmth inside the body slows aging because it keeps metabolism efficient and inflammation low. It's not a miracle. It's maintenance, like tending a small garden every day.
That's fascinating. Another thing you're known for is your structured eating window, only eating during certain hours. How does that extend life?
Our ancestors ate when the sun was up and rested when it was dark. The body loves rhythm. I usually eat breakfast around 7 a.m., lunch at noon, and dinner by 7 p.m. Nothing afterward except warm tea or water. That gives my body about 12 to 14 hours overnight to rest, repair, and recycle damaged cells through a process scientists now call autophagy. When I was 90, researchers told me that this simple habit can lower inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and even protect the brain. But the key is consistency, not perfection. If you eat within a clear window most days, your internal clock stays precise. You sleep better, you wake up lighter, and you feel a calm steadiness that pills can never give. Fasting is not about deprivation. It's about allowing the body to breathe.
Doctor, you've often said, colors are medicine. What do you mean by that?
When I look at a meal, I see a palette of healing. Red tomatoes, green spinach, orange carrots, white mushrooms, purple eggplant. Each color speaks a language of nutrients. In Okinawa, elders naturally eat 5 colors a day without counting calories. They understand balance visually. Red foods protect the heart. Green detoxifies, yellow strengthens immunity. Purple keeps the brain young, white supports healing. The magic happens when these colors meet on the same plate. They amplify one another. I tell my patients, don't chase superfoods. Chase rainbows. Even a simple bowl of rice with colorful vegetables and a bit of fish can nourish body and spirit more than any supplement. Nature has already written the prescription. We just need to follow it with gratitude.
You still practice the famous Japanese rule of stopping before you're full. Why is 80% the sweet spot?
Because the line between nourishment and burden is very thin. When we eat until we are full, digestion becomes heavy, and the blood rushes to the stomach instead of the brain or muscles. When we stop a little early, the body stays alert. I often say, leave the table feeling light. This mild hunger triggers beneficial stress that activates longevity genes and keeps insulin low. It's not about restriction, it's about awareness. I chew slowly, sometimes 20 times per bite. That slowness gives my brain time to say, can't enough. Western people often eat quickly while watching screens, so they miss that signal. But if you eat mindfully, you'll notice that 80% full actually feels perfect, content but clear. Over time, that small restraint adds years.
Doctor, you've mentioned that mindset and light movement are just as important as food. How do they connect?
Food nourishes the body, but purpose feeds the soul. Every morning I stretch, walk a little, and water my plants. It's not about intense exercise. It's about gentle movement that keeps blood and joy flowing. More important is curiosity, to keep learning, to keep loving. Many of my friends who lived past 100 still painted, taught, or played music. They had something to look forward to each morning. Gratitude is also a nutrient. If you eat with thankfulness, your digestion improves. If you move with appreciation for your legs, they will carry you longer. Longevity isn't a race. It's a rhythm between body and spirit.
Doctor, you've often said, warm food, warm life. It sounds poetic, but I'm curious, what's the real science behind it?
John, the body is like a small fire that keeps us alive. Every organ depends on that inner warmth to function properly. When we eat or drink something cold, like iced beverages or chilled meals, the body has to work harder to reheat it, stealing energy from healing, digestion, and immunity. Warm foods, on the other hand, cooperate with the body. They relax the stomach, improve blood flow, and help nutrients absorb more efficiently. In Japan, we say, the stomach is the body's second sun. It must stay warm for the entire system to stay in harmony. My morning begins with a cup of warm water, sometimes with a slice of lemon. It wakes my digestion gently, almost like greeting the day politely. During meals, I prefer soup, steamed vegetables, or tea, never ice water. Over the years, I've seen how this simple habit keeps energy steady and the mind calm. Cold food may refresh for a moment, but warm food sustains life. So I tell my patients, treat your stomach kindly. Keep it warm, keep it steady, and it will thank you with long, peaceful years of health.
Doctor, one of your most intriguing teachings is to eat with the sun. Could you explain what that really means for our daily lives?
Of course, John. Our bodies are built to follow the rhythm of nature, the rising and setting of the sun. When the sun rises, our metabolism wakes up. When it sets, our organs begin to rest. Eating in alignment with this rhythm is one of the oldest, simplest longevity secrets. I usually eat breakfast soon after sunrise, lunch around midday, and a light dinner before sunset. Then I allow my body 12 to 14 hours of rest before eating again. This resting period, which modern science calls intermittent fasting or autophagy, gives our cells time to repair and detoxify. You see, constant eating keeps the body busy digesting and leaves little time for healing. But when you eat within the daylight window, digestion is stronger, sleep improves, and energy becomes steady throughout the day. People think longevity is complicated, but really, it's about rhythm. When you eat with the sun, you feel lighter, your mind clears, and your body feels balanced. It's not about skipping meals or starving. It's about respect. Respect for time, respect for your body, and respect for nature's perfect clock.
Doctor, I've noticed you often say, colors are medicine. It sounds beautiful, but what does it truly mean for how we should eat?
John, nature is the best pharmacist. Every color in our food carries a message of healing. When you fill your plate with colors, red, green, yellow, purple, and white, you're feeding your body the full language of health. Red foods like tomatoes and apples protect your heart. Green vegetables like spinach and seaweed cleanse your liver. Yellow and orange foods such as carrots and sweet potatoes strengthen immunity and brighten your mood. Purple foods keep your memory sharp, and white foods like garlic and mushrooms support recovery. In Okinawa, where people often live past 100, they don't count calories, they count colors. Their plates look like small gardens. I always tell my patients, if your meal looks dull, so will your health. Eating colorfully isn't about fancy diets. It's about harmony. Each hue nourishes a different part of your body, and together they create balance. So next time you prepare a meal, look at it like art, a painting of life. The more colors you add, the longer that painting lasts. And remember, it's not magic, it's mindful living. Warm your body, follow the sun, and paint your plate with color. Do this every day, and like Dr. Hinahhara says, you won't just live long, yes, you'll live young.